Hey guys, Jay here and welcome back to the channel. So if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, hit the notifications bell to stay informed. If you've got LUNC, consider staking with us. You're going to earn a lot more on your rewards than just sitting on them. You're going to earn a lot more staking. If you don't know how to do that, we do have tutorials on the channel. Just check my playlists. Everything you would need in order to make that jump is available there. And we do have our own wallet support at LUNC-.com. Just go there, click the wallet in the top right hand corner, and that's going to take you to exactly where you need to be. So we've really been in this for a long time now. For me, it's been 2 years. We've seen a lot go on. I get up every day and my life revolves around creating content, supporting the blockchain, and just pushing things forward where and whenever I can, creating cool things and ensuring that I'm using and utilizing LUNC as the native asset moving forward. So something I'm starting to realize is there's lots of different changes going on, and one of these changes is Genuine Labs becoming the people who are behind the repository, the responsible party that is going to be doing the PR merging and the maintenance for the chain and being responsible wholly for that repository. And this is a big step. Currently, it was the L1 Joint Task Force, which was Vin, Gevik, Einon Man, those people. And it's going to be handed through governance. We assume if everything goes according to plan, they'll be handed control of that repository. And I think this is a really good step. I think it's a really positive step. But like I've said a few times, my only quarrel with Genuine Labs is the communication and the fact that it only goes through one person. And I wouldn't say it's unfair. It's just it's not okay considering the chain is decentralized. You're developing on a decentralized chain, so you have to conform to a decentralized route of dealing with things in that instance, because then you're creating a centralized bottleneck. And this is really against the ethos ethics of the blockchain moving forward. So these are definitely things that they could touch up on from my perspective. But once again, lots of different good points I would take from this. Now, what I would really say at this point is KYC is probably causing, and this is just a personal perspective, I can still man this and I can go either sides of this argument, but KYC, some would say it's causing more of a hindrance than good. It is causing more harm at this point, probably, than good, but only from this point onwards. I would say prior to everything that's going on now, I think it was a really good idea. I think it was a bold step, and I think it's brought forward a development team that's very professional moving forward. But if we consider the fact that they're going to be responsible for doing all of the PR merging and maintenance and checks for the chain's repository, this means we have a trusted party in place. And this is kind of my idea around us actually having them put their name on a mobile app that could be decentralized in some kind of way. It's all food for thought. But the situation really is we could have a lot more developers contributing to the blockchain moving forward, right? Because we've got Genuine Labs who we know we can trust, who are KYC themselves, who are being paid a maintenance fee to do the PR merging checks and everything. So you've really created a safety bottleneck in a sense. You could deem it's kind of centralized, but at the same time, you would say it's a safety bottleneck from a certain perspective. Some people could still man the position and say, hey, dude, that's centralized. At the same time, you can argue it from both sides. Like I said, you can split this down in many different ways, but ultimately we could have a lot more people contributing to the chain. Now, one thing I did notice with the KYC proposal, and this is always going to be an issue, I think, with proposals, is it was a little bit vague, and then this in itself benefited solid proof probably quite a lot, and it was based primarily around solid proof. As you can see, it was mentioned quite a few times in there, to the point of where everybody's gone over this so many times, right, that the likelihood is they just would have gone to solid proof. Now, like I said, it was good up until this point, but I think with the bull run happening, with the interest on chain, certain people might think from the outside that they need to KYC to just contribute to the blockchain. And some people would say, splitting hairs, still manning it, that yeah, you do need to KYC to contribute to the blockchain. And I just think this is not a good environment moving forward for the decentralized system that we're involved in. And something we need to understand is that the mature thing to do here is to acknowledge change, to understand the environment around us, and become adaptable, become like water in a sense. We're very moldable, and we can adapt to any situation and make those changes, and really back it up with good information, let's say. But when I look at it, we could have a lot more people working on the chain. We really could. I do know there is a few people that would probably avoid the chain because of the compulsory KYC. So it's at this point that I would say to everybody, I'm just one individual, and one individual does not speak for the many. And what's really important, and this was something that I was explaining to Dawid in a call, is that just because somebody said to you it's not a good idea, or they don't agree with it, doesn't mean that that's right, or that's correct, or that's how everybody else is going to feel, because you just don't know in crypto. There's so many sides to the LUNC community. Although we are becoming more unified, and yes, you're not going to be able to unify everybody, there's still going to be salty people. You can't please everybody in this instance, but this whole unified approach, and I really do think it's time for us to start to look at all of the different things, look what we had to do to get here, and the fail safes we had to put in place to prevent some kind of weird team getting in place with some kind of ulterior motive. We're now at a point where we won't really need to worry about that. And in essence, right, you could get people just contributing to the chain because they want to work on the tech. And something that I've learned with developers is they're kind of like drug addicts for developing blockchain technology because it's new and nobody's really traversed it from A to Z. There's so many different ways to do things, and a lot of the times these things haven't been developed. So it's a way for these developers to actually come in and hone their skills because they're thinking 10, 20 years down the line of what businesses they can create from this. What did they learn? What can they take to other places? And then how can they best use and utilize all of that moving forward? So these are all really, really important points. But what I want to know is what you all think. This is a very one-to-one connection here on YouTube. And I must admit, I do enjoy the Twitter spaces. But what I like is bringing information. I like covering crypto. I like talking about all of the different ins, all of the different outs. I like understanding the market trends and how things move and what's going to be hot and what's not. But what I think is really important is that we have diversification. And I think a lot of people in Lunar Classic have a very small amount of diversification. And moving forward, I've been doing a lot of talk around this meme coin sector on Lunar Classic. And I really do think this is a key moving forward to our blockchain. So there's so many different things to discuss right now. So many people have the perspective that Lunar Classic is dead and it's dying. And realistically, it's just a nest egg. And we're still trying to figure out where we want to take this chain, what kind of niche we want to push forward. And really, I do think meme coins is what we should be looking into. The more spaces I go through and I'm involved in and I'm speaking in, I'm listening to people, and these are like 4 or 5 hour spaces. People want meme coins. They really do want meme coins. And with a team like Genuine Labs in place, we could have things like a token factory created, because from what I've been told from different people I've spoken to is these guys are capable of far more than they're leading on. So it's going to be really interesting. Like I said, there's a lot to go through. I'm really looking forward to the TFL space tomorrow. Depending on how it goes down, what happens during it, I'll probably 99% do a space right afterwards, if not maybe an hour afterwards, to go through and discuss everything that happens in that space, because I put a tweet out today and I said things are probably going to start moving a little bit fast. And I don't mean the price, I just mean the dropping of information. And what I'm wondering is are they specifically just going to speak to the Luna community, or are they going to allow us, the LUNC community, to come up and address our concerns? Considering they have power in this case, for example, we know in those court documents that it states they've got one of two choices. They can send the assets to the Terra Bankrupt Foundation, or they can burn or destroy the private keys. There is a line in this document which states there's an opportunity for third parties to submit evidence and documents which would be relevant to the distribution of these assets or what's happening with these assets or any other discrepancies. And this is kind of why, like I was talking about law teams and getting a legal team and stuff like that. But in this instance, we do hold the upper hand. And what I put out in my previous video today, I think is really relevant. No matter what happens, those coins are going to get burned or they're going to get blacklisted. I don't know what happens with the Luna assets, but the Terra Classic native assets will either be burned or blacklisted. And blacklisting is going to lead to a form of burning where the coins are removed from the total and circulating supply. So let me know what you think about all of this. Let me know if you're going to be tuning into the spaces. Let me know what meme coins you're investing in. Let me know if you caught the content today. Let me know what's going on. Let me know what coffee beans that you guys are using. I've been using a very specific type of bean because I got a new coffee machine. So I've been learning how to use the coffee machine. You know what I'm like for coffee at this point. If you don't and you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment. But we're deeply into our coffee here. But I got a new machine. I've been dialing it in, doing it with one type of beans because you don't want to chop and change the beans. But now I want to chop and change the beans. I want to use some different beans. I was thinking about going for some Jamaica Blue, some monkey poop coffee. If you don't know what monkey poop coffee is, it's very interesting. Go and have a look at that. Other than that, beware of scammers, beware of doppelgangers, beware of anybody pretending to be me. You know all of the ups, you know all of the downs. Don't click dodgy links, double question everything, double check addresses when you're sending your crypto about. And other than that, I'll catch you in the next one. Stay safe, stay humble, stay aware. I'll catch you in the next one.